Hello, awesome people. So today I want to talk about the morning formula. This came from one of the guys that started Traffic and Funnels. It was passed down to my mentor, passed down to me, and now I'm passing it down to you. But this is one of the most powerful things that I have found recently that just is truly like it breaks through the noise and it just kind of hits home and it makes you feel like a real person again. And it's not just like a real person, but it's like in all the chaos in our lives and everything, it's important for us to understand who we truly are, what our values are, what we're working for, and just to stay focused, centered, and grounded so that we can continue to move forward in our lives. And when I say move forward for ourselves and for others as well. Okay, so sometimes we work for other people, sometimes we do things we don't want to do, and sometimes we always are doing things we don't want to do, and it's just driving us nuts. So this is just a great recipe for success, and I recommend you guys start doing this. So it's called the morning formula, and it's essentially just a letter that you kind of write to yourself, and you write it in the third person, and you really just talk about, who you are and what are your goals, what are you trying to achieve, what are you going for. That way, during the day, you can hold yourself accountable and just be like, who am I? What am I trying to achieve? What do I want with my life? And how can I get there? So it's basically the first part of the morning formula. And everybody watching this and everybody listening, I've put the document. It's basically just going to be a Google sheet into the description of this. So you can go and take a look. And just basically you don't have to steal mine, but you can get an idea of what the morning formula is, and then you want to talk about yourself in the third person. And it's just good to visualize yourself and then to feel who it is that you are when you're doing this exercise so that you can truly grow. You start your morning every morning reading this, and it's just going to like empower you to understand, what you're fighting for, what you're working on, who you are as a human being. And the more that you can identify who you are and start to create that identity in your mind, the more it's going to show up in your real world and in your real life, and you're going to be able to grow and build. Okay, so it starts out with you reading this every day. And it just goes over like who you are in your ideal life, right? So Robert Lyon is a world-class businessman, communicator, and coach who always holds himself accountable in order to achieve his goals. He knows that every day is a gift and an opportunity to better himself. By doing so, he helps better others along the way. He drives, and his ability to connect with people is unmatched. There's nobody on the planet like him. Robert has high standards for himself because he knows there are so many more levels waiting for him in due time. He shows up every single day to win, grow, inspire, and most importantly, to learn. When he does all four of those things consistently, he is a fucking monster. In every sense of the word, he creates his own momentum and is the controller of his own fate and success. When he is locked in, there is no such thing as luck or good timing. Everything that happens for him is just a byproduct of his consistency and will to win. So you see how I'm just kind of like pumping myself up, talking about myself, honing in on the character that I want to have and I want to carry in this world. He lives in a beautiful house in Evergreen, Colorado with 100 acres of land. The house has big windows, a fireplace, a bedroom, a backyard, and a lake just out front that he walks his dog around every single day. So now I'm going to go into describing, my perfect life and the vision that I have for myself and what I'm working towards. Robert helps others improve their businesses, their lives, their businesses, their sales, and marketing. This allows him to have massive impact and completely change the way businesses are growing. Years from now, people will want to brag about how they were trained by Robert Lyon to become a world-class entrepreneur. He is an industry leader when it comes to creating businesses, sales, and marketing strategies. So like for yourself, you would come in here and you would just kind of write out your dream, right? Like who you are as a person, how you show up every day, where you live, what you're doing, how much you're making every year, and just go into detail. And this is the morning formula, and you're going to read this back to yourself, like your ideal life every single day. And the more you do this, I promise, the closer you will get to your perfect life. Okay, so that's the first section. The next section is your disciplines. And another thing is like, once you write this letter out, you're going to read it every morning. And then every morning you're going to like highlight stuff. You're going to put things in bold. You're going to move things around. And it's literally a letter to yourself that you're speaking into the universe, into your life, into your mind, into the way that you view the world. And it's just incredibly powerful. Okay, so the rules, I work out between 4 to 5 times a week. When I get into a routine of exercising, lifting, sports, I feel amazing and have more energy and more clarity. I do what I say I'm going to do, and I finish all projects that I start. Honoring my word creates more moral authority and power. Every day, I dedicate time to learn, to think, to reflect. My learning comes from books, podcasts, audiobooks, YouTube, conversations. My thinking comes from me prioritizing time on my calendar just to reflect, process, and apply. Okay, I travel to new places. I make art. I spend time with people that I love. I operate from a place of honor, courage, and integrity. If it's better to be said than not, I say it. I also do what is right, not what is easy. That also applies to myself with how I behave and how I think and how I speak to people. Okay, so those are going to be like your rules. There's no limit to how many you can do, okay? But these are binding contracts with myself that I honor. So make a binding contract with yourself that these are the things that you're going to do, and these are binding. These are going to change your life. These are your disciplines. This is what's important to you to do every single day or every week. Okay? And then next we're going to do kind of like a vision board. So instead of having a vision board that you print out, you're going to have a vision board inside of this morning formula document that you're going to look at every morning. And again, you just spend like a couple hours every morning going over the morning formula. And this is what's going to lead you to success. Okay? So I'm a weirdo. I want like this big ass house in the mountains, this cabin on a lake. This is my dream car for some reason. You get your own dream car or whatever. I just want this lifted Toyota that just crushes it. And then speaking publicly and doing podcasts and things with microphones. Like this is what's important to me. This is what I want to manifest more of. Okay, so it goes basically you describing yourself, right? You go over the ideal life that you want to live, who you are, right? Next, you go over the binding contracts, the disciplines that you are going to honor between you and yourself. These are the things that you're not going to break. All right, and now we're going to go over principles or thinking models and life credos. I like thinking models. I like that a lot. It is not what you endure, but how you endure that really matters. So you're going to basically just make quotes, He who looks outside dreams. He who looks inside awakens. That's powerful. This is my favorite one. Life shrinks or expands in proportion to one's level of courage. It can then be said that courage is a prerequisite for a prosperous life and a rewarding one. Your level of courage makes up for your capacity of the jar that life fills itself up to. And just like fear, courage is also highly contagious and infectious. Well done is always better than well said. Benjamin Franklin. There is one quality which one must process to win, and that is definitiveness of purpose, the knowledge of what one wants, and the burning desire to possess it. So that's powerful stuff, right? And then finally, so this is quotes again. So it's principles, thinking models, and life credos. So this is what we think. I put this one in today. Create products and content that people want and over-deliver on the fulfillment side. This will create trust with your audience and customers so they will continue to buy from you in the future. This is the only long-term strategy that matters. And this is just about trust. So like the key thing that I liked about this is like, how do you build trust with your audience? Because like we're going into a very interesting world where we've all dealt with marketers that basically just like hit you over the head and take your money. But in the world now, we're dealing with baby boomers and yourself. Like, what if this was the last restaurant or whatever? Like, let's say you go to a restaurant. What if that was the last restaurant you ever went to, and the waiting service with this did a shitty fucking job. They never took care of you, and like. Boomers have all the money right now, and every time they go somewhere, they get a service. Like this could be the last time they experience this. And to create trust is the key thing that I always want to be thinking about whenever I'm creating content for you, whenever I'm building products to sell, whenever I'm working with my clients. Like, am I just doing busy work or am I creating trust? Am I over delivering on the fulfillment so that longer term down the road, I'll be able to show up and give my best work for them. Anyways, and now affirmations, okay? There is nobody on this planet like me. I am unique, I am special, and I am one of a kind. This is mine. Today something wonderful is going to happen to me. Money flows to me in abundance from new and unexpected ways constantly. I attract greatness because I am greatness. I achieve greatness because my standards and foundations are built from the cloth of greatness. When I am in abundant mindset and focused, I am unstoppable. Success desperately seeks me because she knows I am the most worthy and deserving. Success craves my presence. I am strong, a compassionate leader who can radically change someone's life in one conversation. My words carry impact and echo into eternity. So this is powerful stuff. All right, and that's kind of what you end. I was even going to add some more disciplines, but this is pretty much it. So every morning you wake up. Well, first of all, you're going to get this document. I put this in a Word document. I'm giving you the Google Docs link. And make a copy. Make it your own. Don't just steal mine. But go through this. Change it to your name. Change it to what's important to you. Obviously, this is very heavy, man stuff. So if you're a lady listening, change it to whatever's important to you. Whatever's going to speak to you, because it's your life that we're creating this abundant morning formula thing. And what's powerful about this is every morning you wake up, you go through it, you edit it, you change things, you improve on it, you create the vision of your life that you truly want. Okay, so the first part is just you explaining your ideal life, who you are, what you do. Next part, you create the binding contracts with yourself that you will honor. Okay, and you go over your disciplines, followed by a little visualization. And the more that you do the visual, see yourself in the house, count the cracks in the walls or the window panels, or what your dogs and kids are doing in the living room. Do you have an L-shaped couch? Just all the stupid things. But visualize it. See yourself riding in your favorite car. See yourself doing what's really important to you. And then it's your principles, all right? Thinking models and life credos. So I'm really going to throw in a ton of different quotes, because I always have quotes, and I wish I had a place to keep them, and now I do, because like I said, I just learned this, but this is one of the most powerful exercises I've ever done. And then you have affirmations at the very end. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. I hope you see the value in this. And it's really the powerful moment where you get to tell yourself every single morning what you're doing with your life, so you can stay on track with things and keep moving forward. And it's kind of fun, and it makes you feel good. It's this is who I am. This is the true level of power that I actually have. I'm going to show up today the absolute best that I can. I'm going to focus on what's important to me, and I'm going to make sure that every single day I'm moving forward in the things that matter to me and matter to my life. All right. Again, the link is down below. Check it out. Fill it out. Start looking at it every single morning. Every morning I've been doing I change a few things. I read it. I highlight stuff. I make stuff bold. I make it look cool. I change the wording so that it fits me. I add quotes whenever I think about it that matter to me that morning. And eventually this is just going to become your bulletproof document of who you are and what you want to do with your life every single day. All right. Hope that was helpful. I look forward to talking to you in the next one.